Hello friends, Rizorty here with a brand new playthrough of Rimworld. As of this recording, I've played about 1,200 hours of the game, most of which have been broadcast over at twitch.tv/Rizorty. Almost every Friday night is for Rimworld on that channel, so feel free to stop over and see us there. This is the second Rimworld playthrough I've uploaded to YouTube. The first was a 100 cat colony attempt that ended in a catastrophic disaster. Catastrophic? Get it? 100 cats? Okay. This playthrough is based on Johann David Wyss's 1812 book, The Swiss Family Robinson. It's definitely not based on the 1960 film of the same name, because that film was made by Disney and I do not want to get sued. If you're not familiar with the movie, or the book, only a book, it's about a shipwrecked family of 5 who learn to survive on an island. The story focuses on how self-reliance and virtues are taught and has been deeply influenced by the thinking of Jean-Jacques Rousseau, whose thought we can explore if you really want. Before we get to the playthrough, a quick note about mods. I almost always play vanilla. Over on Twitch it's almost exclusively vanilla. In this series though, I have a few running. First, we're using the ever-popular EDB, Prepare Carefully, to set up our family. Second is KV's Don't Stop the Music, to ensure we'll never be sitting here together in icy silence. Right, none of that. Third, we've got the recently released boats, for reasons that will soon be clear. All the mods we're using are available in the Steam Workshop. Now though, to our playthrough. Start a new colony, doesn't matter which scenario we're choosing, because as I mentioned, we'll use Prepare Carefully to switch over on that. I am going to be trying Merciless difficulty. Most of you who see me over on Twitch know I almost always play Savage. I've not quite felt ready to make the jump. We're going to try the jump and see how it goes, moving to that harder challenge level. I'm going to go ahead and choose Reload Anytime mode. I promise, Scout's Honor, we will not save scum at all this playthrough. We will not do strategic reloading. I just want to make absolutely sure we do not lose the playthrough due to save game corruption or anything like that. I promise though. It is Iron Man. Hopefully. Alright, let's begin that game as Cassandra all the way. Seed we're going to choose is Switzerland. It is the Swiss Family Robinson, Switzerland, and it will be the largest possible map size, all the way. I actually know where we're heading already, but first we gotta load this map. Be with you again in a second, as my computer slowly grinds its way into world. Okay, so here we are with the world that comes from the Switzerland seed. If you've not read the book Swiss Family Robinson, you might not know then, the family becomes shipwrecked on an island. So I want to choose an island on which to play. Looked around this whole world a bit, looking for anything we could find. There's lots of lovely spots, lovely woods, all the rest. Where I want us to go in this particular playthrough is, however, down to here. As a set of islands, Borario, Far Termite, Isle Purple Stork, and then this one. I like this little island here. Northwest Canaria Atoll. On this island, it's all boreal forest and temperate swamp. It's far enough south that we're able to not have year-round growing. I'm going to choose this one spot with a hill in it, though. We're able to dig out some stones and steel and have some good resources. This temperate forest on this island will be what we use for our playthrough. It has half the year growing season. The average temperature is 5 Celsius, so it's going to be cold a fair amount, but I think we'll be okay. Maybe, we'll see. We'll give it a shot at least. No caves here, animals can graze. Hopefully that goes just fine. Nearby, we have no factions. You see, we have no one near us except some pirates right there. This is why we're using the boats mod. So boats mod apparently allows one to build boats inside of one's home colony and then go floating around and stopping at other points on the map. I've actually not used the mod at all yet. I'm really interested in how it works, what we can build, and where all we can go. Maybe we'll become the pirates of the down this way area before too long. Not sure. For now though, we'll take that spot right there. No granite stone, so we'll be without the best kind of stone in the game, but that's okay, I think. Now, this time I'm going to use Prepare Carefully to load up a preset, the Swiss Family Rizbinson. Play on Rizorty there, not the best joke, but good enough for YouTube at least. Load that preset, and here you have our family of beautiful Swiss people. Now, in my imagination, Swiss people are all very, very pale-skinned and very, very blonde, as you see there. I constructed all the characters for the playthrough based on the descriptions offered on the Wikipedia page for Swiss Family Robinson. There are 5 of them. We'll run through them one after another. Unfortunately, as you'll notice, most of the people involved are not described as having significant negative traits. So we'll see if it works out. Also, I was fairly careful to keep all their skills at a reasonable level. Each person has some benefits, some things they do well. I don't think any of it will be too overpowered or too imbalanced, though we'll run through them now. First of all is William, called Will here, Danger Will Robinson. William is the patriarch of the Robinson family. He's the narrator of the story and leads the family. He knows an enormous amount of information on almost everything the family comes across, demonstrating both bravery and self-reliance. Alright, I translated that, knows information on almost everything the family comes across as being too smart. So learn quickly but also break regularly. And he leads the family, so they must walk kind of fast to be in front of the family. William is married to Liz, or Elizabeth Rizbinson. Wikipedia says, she's the loving mother of the Robinson family. She's intelligent and resourceful, arming herself even before leaving the ship with a magic bag filled with supplies, including sewing materials and seeds for food crops. She's also a remarkably versatile cook, taking on anything from porcupine soup to roast penguin. So she's loving, let's say kind, and she's good at cooking, let's say a gourmand. That translation makes sense. I just now noticed though, the description does say that she's also good at sewing. So I'm gonna give her a couple extra points in crafting so she can do early game tailoring for us. And I don't think we need to steal anything from her. Let's steal a little bit intellectual, I guess, to have her be not too great. Occasionally when I'm doing the balancing of characters and pair carefully, I feel like maybe I am choosing to weaken them too much or strengthen them too much, but again, it should be pretty average. Now we got the four boys in fact. First of all is Fritz. Fritz is the oldest of the boys. He is 15 years old. Fritz is intelligent and impetuous. He's the strongest and accompanies his father on many quests. He's the strongest, so he gets to be tough. And we're also going to make him a meleeer, almost certainly. Impetuous, as I understand that means he's someone who moves too fast, and because that does sloppy work. Now there's nothing in the game that I know of, no basic trait, make people sloppy, so I made him nervous instead. It's not quite the same as being sloppy, but I want him to have some negative side. Then comes Ernest. Ernest is 13 years old. Now, as you all know, in the default game, you can only have young age of 14, so all the boys are going to be 14. We can imagine them younger, but I didn't want to install any mods that makes children younger, because that could lead to some very ugly situations. All right, of Ernst, the Wikipedia says, the second oldest of the boys. Ernst is intelligent, but a less physically active boy. Often describes his father as indolent. Like Fritz, however, he comes to be an excellent shot. Okay, first of all, that's why I gave Fritz some shooting skill, because he's going to be an excellent shot someday. I'm going to do that. I'll give him a little bit more shooting and steal some artistry in exchange. But of Ernest, we can say he is indolent, I say lazy, slow. So we give him both slowpoke and slothful. But someday he'll be a good shooter, so we're making the best shooter getting started. He moves slow in his shooting, but is quite good anyway. We then have Jack, third oldest of the boys. He's 11, we swear, 11 years old, thoughtless, bold, vivacious, and the quickest of the group. That right there, the quickest of the group. He's both nimble and a jogger. Dodges well because he moves fast, runs fast because he is quick. Great. And lastly, the very bottom, Franz. Youngest of the boy, he's 8 years old when the story opens. He usually stays at home with mother. I feel bad about this, but reading that description, I decided to give Franz as many negative traits as possible. Franz is just like not a great character. He's a little kid that doesn't know what he's doing in the world. He's only 8 years old. All 8-year-olds I know have really annoying voices. Their voices are high-pitched and they and a lot. Franz sounds annoying. He's also psychically sensitive because he's not used to the world yet. It's a cruel world out there. Too cruel for little Franz. And lastly, he's a wimp. If he gets hit even a little bit, down he goes. I suspect Franz spent a lot of his life knocked out. I've given him some basic skills just to imply that he's gotten some training from mom, from hanging out at home. But those are our characters. That is the Swiss family Rizbinson. So with those characters, we can also look and see what kind of relationship they have. You see they are married, husband and wife, and then they have 4 lovely boys. And lastly, Pair Character allows you to choose particular equipment you want to use. I've made some modifications to the original starting equipment for this crash landed scenario. Number 1, you just start with 50 packed survival meals. I've bumped that up to 80. I hope that's enough. I'm not certain it will be, but we'll see. The transition from having food to not having food then back to having food hopefully works in our favor. Number 2, I've taken away all the armor, and actually I'm going to trade all that armor for one more bolt-action rifle. We don't have enough weapons for all the family. One short as we get started, but we'll see what happens. We then also have 2 dogs, which you might say, Rizorty, you have some good pets. Friends, don't worry, this is part of the Swiss Family Robinson story. Namely, there are 2 animals the Wikipedia lists. Turk, the family's English dog, and Juno, the family's Danish dog. So I think Yorkshire is English, and Labradors, I think, might be near Denmark. I don't know. Might be making things up there, but those are our starts. We'll see how it goes. Again, I might wish I ended up having packed a lot more food, or medicine, or who knows what, but that's a setup. We'll see what happens. Let's get this thing started. I am finished customizations. Let's begin this playthrough. As we begin, I'm full of hope and wonder at the possibilities, but we'll see. Okay, so here we are, landing right away. Got a boats update. I haven't looked at boats mod at all yet. We'll see what comes of that. Friends all land right there. I want to change the dogs' names right away. Again, we said that they are named after characters in the book, so it's Juno, the Danish dog. No, it's Turk, the English dog, is the Yorkshire Terrier. And then Quasi, the Labrador, becomes Juno. Hopefully those are good names for Junoy. Not quite right. Juno, rather. Good names for our puppies. See how it goes. I love our little blonde family. Hopefully they survive a long, long time. Take a look at what we see. So we have a coastline. I'm going to want to use that coastline for building boats. We actually checked the mod right away. Yeah, there's a area here for building boats. A rowboat. Simple wooden rowboat for light travel. There's 225 wood and 25 steel, and I guess you just build it right in the water. Yeah, you gotta build it right in the water somewhere. We'll probably set up a landing at some point, a pier at some point for ourselves, but that'll come later. Right now we need to just make landfall and get set up and see what comes after that. Looking across the map, I see, yeah, it's a pretty standard light hill map. A couple nice areas we can build inside, little alcoves to build in as usual. Is this the Ancient Danger? You can find that out by seeing, does it have a roof? If it has a roof, it's an Ancient Danger. This has a roof, that is the Ancient Danger. So if we build on the backside of it, right here is not a good spot for building unless someone digs that out, so down here will probably make a lot more sense. We'll look around again one more time, make sure we haven't missed anything important. We'll unforbid these meals, because with this many people, this many growing boys, sure we can get food getting going very, very quickly. But yeah, let's go ahead and start right here to begin this playthrough. And I'll unforbid everything using the relatively recently added unforbid tool. Allow everything to be ours. Group of rhinos just north. See if we can recruit them to the team and see what happens. As always, I'm just going to do the very standard, put down a pile of stockpiling in the corner here, like so, and actually like so also. Pretty large stockpile area, and then we'll just build a wall around that pretty quickly. I'm curious for any buildings nearby we can use. We're building over here. Actually, we could, instead of something over here, shift to this side, use this as our starting building, and try to get a wall around it relatively quickly. Now, it's a pretty big area for a wall, but here is also kind of big. Alright, executive decision time. I think I'm going to move to the other side, so we have that starting building. And also, this area with the deep water could potentially be used as a kill box. I think that one enemy at a time might be able to walk through this section, but it's not going to be a huge army coming across that deep water. And deep water is, in fact, unpassable. Other than that, we could even maybe put a block there and block it off. So I think this would be a good spot for a kill box down the road, though I'm not quite sure how it's going to go. I'll see eventually. So yeah, I'm going to destroy what I said here and right away shift to the other side of the river here, the other side of the rock wall, and instead just stockpile right inside the room and see if, or hope that's enough spot to get us started. And we'll get rid of all these rocks inside also, mark not all of them to haul, just the inside ones. And we'll make this our home zone, take ownership of this building by using the aiming tool. Hopefully our family's going to enjoy their time inside. We need to have a dump zone also, which we'll make before we even do our first unpause. And we'll dump things, I guess, over this way, right like there. Oh man, it's a tremendous pile of rich soil I'd love to use. A great spot for a farm. Unfortunately, it is kind of close to the border, the edge of the map, so enemies can spawn right there. Let's see how that goes. Lots of other unfortunateness around the map, but I wish we weren't so close to the edge. That is where the largest pile of rich soil is. There's a pile over here also. We made our choice, though. Made our decision to build what we're building. We'll see how it goes. So I'm going to go and unpause. Actually, I need to get people their weapons first. So I don't know who the best shooter is. I think Ernest is the best shooter, probably. Is that right? Yeah, he's an 8. We'll give him one of these bolt-action rifles. And then, just for purpose of roleplay, will get a weapon also. His own bolt-action rifle. Beyond that, Fritz would be a good shooter someday. We'll give him a revolver. How about Liz? How about the mom? What are you good at again, friend? You're a decent shooter. You're a decent melee. Maybe someday. Now, tough person is... Who's a tough person again? Oh, it's actually a tough person is Fritz. Sorry, in that case, we're going to give Fritz the knife, since he's going to be doing the melee. And we'll give our friend Jack or Franz. Definitely Jack is going to get the other rifle. Alright, weapons are assigned. The people who don't have weapons yet, we're going to give them pieces of wood. Wooden clubs, we'll call them, to make ourselves ready to go. And yeah, the parents will have clubs, I think. Alright, all that's set up. Let's go ahead and make it so steel can't go inside of our stockpile zone. No steel allowed. Probably no wood allowed eventually, but for now, just no raw steel. We'll make a stockpile for steel outside. It doesn't take up valuable indoor space. Because, as you know, steel does not need to be inside, as it never, ever, ever goes bad. It's just too darn tough for the elements. So, you're missing a storage button. There we go. Go and get rid of all of that, except for steel. And let's let the game run. See how this gets started. I'm curious how much we can get done before the very first raid comes. I'm going to use steel to make a door also, just to buy us some time for things break down. And what's the team doing? They're walking. They're all walking. Ancient danger is found. As Will draws near the ancient wall, a sense of foreboding overcomes him. He isn't sure if that foreboding is coming from being stuck on an island with his family and nobody else, or maybe there's something else inside the building. Let's find out eventually which way it's going to be. I'd like to get some beds made in here instead of making him sleep on the floor. So we'll set up furniture, and got 6 beds needed. My goodness. We'll probably do a big bed for mom and dad. So 4 for the kids, and then a double bed for mom and dad. I realize just now I haven't yet set up my work queue, so I should probably do all of that. Make sure it all gets done pretty quickly here. So, we'll do manual priorities. Everyone firefights except for little Franz. Little Franz, the kid who doesn't help out too much. Everyone's a patient. Everyone does bed rest right now. In terms of doctoring, our best doctor is Jack. Jack will be that, and Franz is a 5. I guess that's fine too. And I was going to say I want my mom to do the doctoring also, but Elizabeth is unwilling to doctor. Not even a little bit. She'll cook, though. Seems a little bit gender normative, but that's how it goes, I guess. We have one fine warden also. In terms of construction, we'll use Dad for that. Growers. Looks like Dad's best constructor and best grower also. So yeah, for right now, we're going to have Dad make some beds and then immediately get planting some food. But longer term... Wow, everyone else is pretty bad at construction other than Franz. Now, Franz has no job yet. We'll have him do job 1 constructing all the way. Eventually, Jack will research, but for now, we're going to have him do cleaning and hauling. And Ernst has no job yet other than hunting. Don't want hunting. We'll make him in charge of hauling. And I think with that, everyone has a task. I'm sure some job is not yet assigned, but we'll see what comes of it all for now. Alright, I want to go ahead and set up our farm out here. Again, our farm's going to be outside of the walls initially, so it might end up burning a few times, but that's okay. Let's do a very early pile of rice here, and we'll expand out the farm later. We also want to do a row of doing the exact same zones. I'm going to do that. Get rid of you. And new zone for some cloth. A lot of boys to clothe. I did it again. All right, a little large zone of rice. That's fine. I think you have to deselect the growing zone before expanding a new one, or else the game gets confused what you want. Big old zone there of heel roots for Dad's do. And then lastly, an area for cloth. And once that's all planted, we'll then do some corn also. Now, that's a lot of zones to be setting up early in the game. Hopefully it's not too much, but growing boys to clothe, and doctoring needed, and all the rest. Right, Franz is constructing. Poor quality. Come on, kid. What kind of constructor are you? Make your old man proud. Only a 4 with no passion for this stuff. Another poor quality one. Man, Franz had a rough go of it. Maybe Dad's gonna have to come inside and show you how it's done. We're gonna have Dad make the family bed at least. Are you not even on construction? He's on construction. Dad, make the family bed, please. That's dirt. Alright, make the bed. Cool. And we need to cut down some more trees. I'm always hesitant to make a wooden wall, lest that will end up burning down. So we need to get someone crafting stones into a wall very soon. We do have some pieces of, I'll just say granite, but actually not sandstone, so nothing much there. Let's go ahead and make a table for making stone cutting, and I'll put it over in the corner here, I think. Put it on the wall here, actually. Should be just fine. Put it here. It's gonna be outside, so a little bit of work penalty, but that's okay. Will, what you doing? Where's Will? Is he constructing? He's going to get the wood to construct. It's quite a bit of walking to do for no particular reason, as there's wood in the trees right next door, which we'll get chopping. In a temperate forest here, we have plenty of wood for a very, very long time. It's actually one of the easier things we've done in this playthrough, and so we'll get that all set up. Will's the plant cutter. He'll get to that after he's done planting everything. He's not planted. He's planted a little bit of rice so far. It's a good start. And then we also do want to have someone else help with plant cutting. He's not going to have too many jobs. We'll go to the hauler. So the hauler, when he's done hauling, can help with plant cutting, hopefully. And I want to check my home zone, make sure that it's largely set up to cover all my territory. We don't need over here. We end up not using that spot. And then here is not going to be a home zone either. It's just a pile of rocks. That's just fine. All right, Will has made the family bed. It's normal quality. All the kids' beds are poor. Will gets a normal bed for himself and his wife. We'll assign those right away. Will and Liz share their bed. Hopefully they do an okay job being so close to the boys. We'll get them all private room eventually, I'm sure. Need to give them some recreation tools also. A little horseshoe pin for fun. And then I will make a initial eating area outdoors. This many people, I think a wooden table, big old family table makes sense. I like the long family table so that Dad and Mom can sit at the ends and stare at the boys and ask them how their homework is going and what they learned in school today, and the children can awkwardly say nothing, and it'll be just absolutely great. Again, the reason construct without good passion worries me a little bit. We're gonna have a hard time getting construction going, but maybe Dad and Mom can teach the kids how to be long-term surviving here. Actually, 4 boys, right? But 1 boy's on the other side by himself. Okay. I should make sure that the animals do not eat our meals. So we're going to set up our very first zone for this playthrough. And we'll get rid of Area 1 and make a new area that we're going to call... I could just rename the first Area 1. This Area 1 will be a new Area 1. We'll call this one Dog Gone Out of Here. And hopefully they will not go into that zone. And so it'll be just the area of the storage. And so the animals have to go find their own food elsewhere. Actually, let's go ahead and say the entirety of the inside area they're not allowed to go into to keep it nice and clean. So we'll invert that, like so. And then both dogs will go into that zone. Also, you train both dogs at least to be able to haul. Now, the Yorkshire Terrier can't haul. We'll teach it to rescue people instead. I actually can't even rescue. It can go fight, but that feels kind of silly. So let's go ahead and see who's our handler. Best animal handler we got is Liz, the mother. Alright, you'll do that also. Hopefully we don't need any cooking anytime soon. There's still lots of food to haul over. I might force someone to help with that fairly soon. Franz, when you're done with that, please do get to making the horseshoe pin, as that'll be necessary. Then anyone can do construction all on the door. People are passing in and out consistently. So Ernst, can you help with this? That's not a construction. We'll help you be a constructor, Ernst. You will help out as you can. Does anyone on the team actually have passion in construction? They're just not yet set up to do it, or... That's Dad. He has lots of passion. He should probably be our constructor. Yeah, so Fritz wants to be a constructor someday. Let's have Fritz help out instead of having Franz do it all. So Fritz, you construct also. Yeah, Fritz has no actual job right now other than wardening. Let job 1. The 2 will together learn it. It'll be great. Though Fritz's skill is 3, Franz's is 4. We'll go and move Franz off that and have him help hauling instead. The poor kid. Didn't make good enough buildings right away, so it's all him. Instead, Fritz will do the work there. Hopefully no more hauling, instead building after his meal. Alright, so no one ate at a table today. It all seems fine. Okay, and we do want to prioritize building the stonecutter's table also, because again, the sooner we can get some walls up, the safer we'll feel, surely. In the middle here, we have a steel wall. It's not in ancient danger, no roof at all, so we can go ahead and claim that and destroy it, and thereby get ourselves some steel. And we could also use it as an interior room. There's just like so little space, though, it's not exactly worthwhile, I think, to do it that way. we'll have to see. Alright, what is our constructor doing now, other than getting sad? Fritz is getting sad. Eat on a table. The world's disgusting to look at. I know, it's just awful, friend. Just awful, friend. Alright, Will, are you going to plant more things for me? You're going for a walk. I mean, cut down some trees. That's a pretty good task, I guess. And everyone is failing at their jobs. Horseshoe pins need finishing. Alright, need some wood. So we're going to have to add our friends help with plant cutting for now. Who else can plant cut? I mean, absolutely anyone can. So I'm going to make a job before for anyone, just so I can order them to plant cut without any troubles. And Fritz is getting that made. I don't mind Fritz building anything he wants to build now. As long as it gets done, I will be happy. Excellent! We have an inside area, the roof is on, happiness is occurring, minor breakers is coming already, early game breaks, should be a good time. Franz is making the horseshoe pin. Alright, now we're going to be in darkness, I'm going to throw up a lamp also. Now, we're running out of wood, so perhaps we have a family meeting here to cut down trees. Literally everyone cuts down one tree before bedtime. Absolutely everyone. It's your price of admission for sleep. Show mom and dad the wood you gathered. All the happy little Swiss family probably sing some chopping song. Dad decides there's more important jobs to do out in the field. Plant that heel root. Actually, I want to stop the sowing of heel root and cotton for now and focus only on food. If we run out of food, it doesn't matter how much health we have, how much medicine we have, how much anything we have. All that matters is that we are able not to starve right now. And there's the wood. There's the wood. Plenty of wood. We have our first horseshoe pin. We need a lot more wood. Medicine's hauled in. Components are not yet hauled in. And we have a revolver also that's not being used. And where am I? Oh, my components down here. Okay. So, who moves fast against Franz moves fast? Oh, Franz already getting the components. Is he the quick one? He's not. He's the annoying little boy. I think Jack is the quick one. Yeah, there he is. Jack should probably be our hauler, given his abilities, but cleaning and hauling, and we'll do research someday, that'll be fine. Alright, in the morning, we gotta get someone to get this pistol, a revolver equipped. So who's a good shooter who does not have a revolver yet? They'll probably give it to Dado here. Yeah, Franz got nothing. Franz, though, he's very bad at fighting. We can give him a revolver. I mean, Dad's good at fighting, so it'll be good someday. So we'll equip a revolver on him in the morning. Then, feeling pretty good about the first day. Nice setup, starting building, starting farms. It's looking pretty good. We're going to cut the first episode there, and we'll see you again real soon. Thanks for watching.